Told you a very short timeout, guys. We are back and ready to roll here with our guest segment. And our guest tonight is the writer, college hockey writer extraordinaire, Ken Schott from the Daily Gazette. Thank you. Now, guys, before you cheer too loudly for Ken Schott, I want to give you a little heads up. His son is a really good player in Carmen Little League. Oh.
I told you this morning.
Oh boy. So those cheers went to boos in a real hurry for Schotsky.
I told you that this morning was going to happen.
All right, Ken, how long now have you been at the Gazette and covering college hockey?
I've been at the Gazette almost 23 years, and it's my 21st year covering college hockey.
That's excellent, outstanding. You do a great job with it.
Thank you.
How did you get in? Have you always loved the sport of hockey? Did you play it? Give me the hockey connection to you.
Well, I grew up in Philadelphia back in the 1970s with the Broad Street Bullies and Philadelphia Flyers. And I never learned how to skate, so it's mostly street hockey. But, you know, we go to the games, my parents and I, it was a love affair with the Flyers, winning 2 Stanley Cups in 74 and 75. And, you know, I've taken that passion. I started covering the American Hockey League with the Hershey Bears with the New York Daily Record. Spent 5 years doing that before moving up here to Schenectady with the Daily Gazette, expanding to a Sunday paper and 3 minor league teams starting the 1991 season. 2 in the AHL, 1 in the IHL. Of course, the IHL team, the Albany Choppers, folded midway through the year. And about the same time, Union announced it was going Division I in college hockey, and I got that beaten and have been on it ever since.
Wow. Do you consider? I mean, we know everyone likes their hoops around here, but with the AHL team here, AHL team in Glens Falls, 2 Division I hockey teams. What do you have to say about the hockey fans in the Capital Region?
Oh, they're passionate. I mean, you know, your Union games are it's tough to get a ticket now. The RPI, you know, they were getting there last year, but now they've taking a step back. But there's a lot of hockey fans here. I mean, you know, my son's involved in youth hockey with Schenectady Youth Hockey Association, and we see all the parents at like Clifton Park or Bethlehem. So there's a lot of hockey fans in this area. I think, you know, back in the mid to late 90s when Siena was starting to roll, started with Mike Dean, and I think that took over a lot of the attention because RPI was starting to get some, you know, RPI was struggling a little bit. They had some good teams in the 90s but never got that back to that NCAA tournament after 1995. But now with Union taking off the way it has in the last few years, and now I think hockey's back, and it's, right now they're the top team in the region.
What is the average? What is the seating capacity for a sellout at Union? Is 2,500?
It used to be. Its capacity used to be 2,504. They reconfigured it. The capacity had been listed at 2225, and I noticed today now the capacity, I think they actually count the seats, and it's about just over 2,000. So I think you get to about 2,050 and you have a sellout. They've been having those kind of crowds recently.
Yeah, and even on a down year for RPI, I'm reading attendance figures of like 4,000 people, 3,500, 4,000 over at the Houston Fieldhouse.
Now they get to obviously with the special nights, the senior night, and the big red freak out and Black Friday. They're going to get a lot of crowds.
That's great, though.
That is. I mean, that shows you. I mean, there's a lot of hockey fans in this area. They want to see good hockey.
Albany Devils. I don't know what the promotion was on Saturday night or brought them in, but they had 8,000 people down at the Times Union Center.
They had 8,000 earlier in about a month ago.
An earlier year they did, and then even on Sunday they had 3,500. So you add the 8 and the 3, and then you throw in the college hockey and the RP. A lot of people last weekend watching hockey.
Yeah, I think Glens Falls is doing pretty well at the Phantom. So
yeah, it's all good. All right, let's talk about Union. Clearly, Rick Bennett, year 1, hasn't missed a beat since Nate Lehman left for Providence, and here we are with a huge weekend for the Union College hockey team.
Yeah, the Dutchmen have a 2-point lead over Cornell for the race for the regular season title in the Cleary Cup. Union goes to Cornell tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at Liner Rink. Union just needs a win or a tie to clinch their 2nd straight Cleary Cup and then have the top seed in the ACAC hockey tournament and maybe just basically secure themselves a berth in the NCAA tournament for a 2nd straight year.
Are you surprised at how well Bennett has done taking over for Nate Lehman in year 1?
I'm not, because Rick recruited a lot of these players, so he knows what they are, their strengths and weaknesses, and he's more, I think, a more relaxed coach than Nate was. Nate was very intense. The practices were intense, and Nate don't get me wrong, Nate's a great coach. He's doing a fine job of Providence. He's going to turn that program around. But I think Rick was bringing a breath of fresh air, a more relaxed attitude. And yesterday they were playing music throughout practice. They want to get the players used to that sound at line and rink. Line and rink's a very loud rink. So
you've been there many times, right? Yeah.
So
the atmosphere is going to be crazy.
And he's played music before practice, and they do some fun stuff at the end of practice. So it's just more relaxed, and I think that's really benefited the team.
All right, now in tomorrow's paper, I'll let you go ahead and promote the Daily Gazette here a little bit. You'll have a big preview article tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk about Troy Grosnick's ankle again. He said he's fine, he's ready to play. We'll find out after the morning skate if whether or not Troy will get that start again. Troy re-injured the ankle in last Saturday's game against Quinnipiac. We'll talk about that. We'll look at the whole situation at College Hockey Inc. with the departure of Paul Kelly as executive director earlier this week and the installation of Nate Ewell as the interim director. And of course, on my blog at dailygazette.com, I have my picks up for the weekend. And you can follow me on Twitter at Slapshots. We have a couple of pages on Facebook. This is the Slapshots College Hockey segment and the Daily Gazette. All right, so you get lots of places to follow me and follow our hockey coverage.
Well, you do a great job, Ken, and we want to make sure that everybody knows that Ken's on the radio with me on Thursdays at 11:05 with Slapshots from 11:05 to 11:30 on 980 AM. A nice round of applause for Ken Schott, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
We thank you, Ken.